Gentlemen, ladies, pardon me. Today we're going to be completing the service section of the website. All right, we got done with everything else up to this point. Now we're doing services. So for services, let's get to it. We're going to go right into the file tree. We are going to go into the services sections. If you can't find it, you will hit Control F, type in services. Brings you right to two places. One, the buttons. Number two, on the index page, the services sections. Well, we're here. So now here it is. This is the service section. What I want to do for this particular service section is I'm going to make us 4 services. All right. So for our services, this is the first service. This one's the second one. And this one's the third one. I'm going to add a 4th. So I'm going to highlight this service. I'm going to go to Edit, Copy from this div to right here. And I don't want to end the row. I want to put it within it. So it's going to be right here. Now I've got 4. Now, oh, I got a problem. It's on the bottom part. Well, that's because these are in Bootstrap in increments of 4. So I'll make it column MD 3, column MD 3, column MD 3, and column MD 3. All now are on the same row. In Bootstrap, it's going to mobily respond. So if I come here, they're going to collapse, and in comes 3, there's the 4, there's the smaller one, smaller, and so on and so forth. It'll go to 2, as long as you have a nice slow hand, and you're going to see, oh, it goes right to 3, and then there's 4. But basically, your services now mobily respond, and they're big enough to fit everywhere, and they're centered equally in the page because we put them within this row. Sorry, this row. For the row, in here, everything that goes in this row within this container from this CSS services section is in Bootstrap, and it goes into increments of 12. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and any of the items within the div have to be divisible by 12. There's 4 of them, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12. All right. With that said, there's the 3 images. These are them. 4, pardon me. There's your 4 images. Now, I took the one out because this is the first one I'm going to be editing, and look, I could easily change hat, which I thought hat might have came up, to mobile. M-O-B-I-L-E. And if you move out of the way in CSS, it just it stylizes it right here. But we don't want a I don't want to have these icons. I want to put real pictures in that are going to be links. So here's how we do this. I have the exact strip of code that you're going to use for an image link. It's href. So I'm going to come right here. You're going to use this exact code. So I'm going to go into my file tree now. For the first one, I am going to first I'm going to replace this image with this strip. I'm going to hit Control V, paste. Example.com obviously isn't a real website. I put example.com because that's where your web link will go. If you have a link, it goes to a blank page. The alt tag will explain what it is, and the image is the image source and whatever subfolders lie within. So we're going to make the first image. Now, listen, we're making this website for schools, and you guys are going to apply to college with this website. This can be for any particular theme. In this case, it's going to be for, let's just make it and say for a college application, all right? And we're going to apply to college using a website. Well, first thing I want to do is, instead of user interface, which is going to go under here, I'm going to put college. I'm going to put honor societies, honor society, National Honor Society. So I'm in the National Honor Society. The other one, the next one, I will make it volunteer work. Volunteer work. Did I spell that correctly? Volunteer. One second. Just want to make sure I spelled things correctly. Right. This text editor does not do spell check. So you saw the way that I just did my spell check, so do it the same way if you want. But you don't want to spell things wrong on the internet. It just looks stupid on a global stage. With that said, volunteer work. After volunteer work, it's the H4 tag, which actually is this tag. These are the H4 tags. So volunteer work, National Honor Society volunteer work. This one will be, let's make it community service. Yes, I could spell community. Community service. All right, after community service, then we'll do tutoring. You do tutoring services. Tutoring. All right. Save all. Now, they're all labeled now, but we don't have a picture for the National Honor Society. All right, I am going to put my own image. So I'm going to Photoshop, and this is the image I want for the National Honor Society. I went online and I found another image too when I get to volunteer work. This is the image I want for volunteer work. So I'm going straight to the Photoshop rather. This is the size that I want. Image size. I know that I want it about 2 inches by 1 inch because that's the size that's going to fit within this real estate right here. About 2 inches by 1 inch is fine. You know, it could be a square. 2 by 2 is also very acceptable. So we'll go into here, File, Save for Web. I'm going to save this thing as a PNG file. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go to the desktop. I'm going to put my one-page default responsive in the images section. I'm going to call it I'm going to call it Honor Society. Honor Society, and I'm going to call it Honor with a dash Society. Save. For SEO purposes, you need to name your files these days exactly the way it will be, because when you go up into the file tree, it's going to say /index/honor images/honor society. It'll say it in there. So for SEO, you might want to do that if you want to be in like scholarly web searches. So we'll change. We won't do the National Honor Society, but we will put where the image is coming from. So the image is Honor Society. Let's see something here. Okay, so I have it in now. Here's the href image. Now that we have it in there, the source. I know that the source is in images, and it's called, well, I just named it, and I called it Honor Society JPEG. And if I roll over the image, there it is. Save all. Let's see it. And there it is. Now, I have an issue. Because this is not a P tag, let me just see something. Maybe if I put it in a P tag, it will. No. We're going to keep it. We're going to center this, though. Since it's not centered in here, we'll center it on our own. That's by doing this. That's done by going to center. We're going to div align center. We're going to center this. Copy. I'm showing you guys how to customize now particular div tags. Particular items within a div tag. Control V. I'm centering this one. Align center, and that is the content within this div. And let me get back over to here, and you just simply end tag with the end anchor. Okay, copy it. Okay, we'll go back into here, and we will then right here, there it is, center it. Control V. Now this div should be centered, which it is. So it's centered, and it's also replaced with an image link tag. All right, so there it is. And this image, the alt tag, I will call it Honor Society. Honor Society, and you can put other information specified for your alt tags. All right, alt tags should explain what the images are, as I said in the SEO video. So save all. Let's see how this thing looks now on the web. Let's refresh the file. And there you go. It's centered now, your Honor Society. When I click it, it doesn't go anywhere, though. But you can replace these images now. So I'm going to put Honor Society, a picture for volunteer work, community services, and then one for tutoring. All right. Let's do, just for this one, for the National Honor Society, I really don't have to get into the fact that in this P tag, I'm going to put this for each of the other ones also. You can change the text to whatever is necessary. And if I refresh this, oops, I didn't save it, that's why. You can change this text to whatever is necessary. So this whole bottom part of your P tags, you can change that to whatever is necessary. So I will go into here and I'm going to change that to whatever is necessary. I will go to edit, copy, and I'm going to leave this right here. Control V, Control V, and Control V. This is where you will edit those specific things. You can change it to whatever is necessary. File, save all, refresh. All of these can be changed to whatever is necessary. The reason this one is higher is because the image is different than these three universal images. But I want all of these to be the same height and everything, so I'm going to use this image as my template. This is going to be my bread and butter here. So I'm going to go back to the internet. I want this image as my other one. Notice I'm keeping consistency with the silhouette theme. Print screen. Go into my Photoshop. I'll go to File, New really quickly. I'll just paste it in. Paste. There it is. I'm going to crop this only. I only want this. I want it as close to a square as I can have it actually. And get up a little bit higher. Maybe you can just go a little wider then, huh? Fine. That's good. Now I'll bring you right there. And we'll go like this a bit. So you get more real estate in there. That's fine. Move tool, crop. I like this. Now what I'm going to do is I just want to erase certain parts of this. See you later. See you later. There you have it. Now we'll magic wand it. I'm going to get rid of all this. And I want to save it as a PNG. We're just editing images. That's all I'm really doing. So select, deselect. This is perfect now. Edit. Select all. Edit. Copy or cut. This is my template. I'm going to go to edit, paste. My services template. I'm going to take away the hat and I'm going to go Control T. Shrink this thing down. Bam. Looks like help to me. Looks like community service to me. Right about there. Right there. That's looking good. Move tool, apply. That ain't terrible. I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but that's what it's going to be. Volunteer work, excuse me. This is volunteer work. So we'll go to File, Save for Web. Yep, PNG. It's saved. It's going into the directed spot. I'm going to call it volunteer work. Volunteer work. Let me make sure I'm spelling this thing right because I'm a horrible speller and I know that. Oh, I spelled volunteer right. V-O-L-U-N-T-E-R. Good. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself because I hate spelling. Alright, good. Volunteer. Where was I? It was being saved in Photoshop. It's volunteer work. Save. Good. Go into the go into your div now. Now here's the deal, guys. You only need to copy the whole entire div that's aligned. Edit, copy. Replace this whole P tag now. Keep it in the same section, but you're going to paste this in now, but you're going to change Honor Society PNG to, just put a V. It should come up right away, volunteerwork.png. And there it is. Roll over it. Make sure. File, save all. This should be lined up directly with, once I refresh it, my hat, which it is. It's exactly Honor Society, volunteer work. So you're changing your services now as opposed to these. You're making them these, and this is really nice. So you got that one, that one. All right. Let's get another one together. We're gonna do the other one in a moment. I want to just save this video, and we're gonna start part 2 of this video because I want to complete it, and I only have about so much time within the video section. So I'm saving this one. Part 2 coming up.